Hi, my name's Quinton. I run an online charity called Knife Crime Victim Support and MAP Workshops, which is music, mentoring and poetry. We started Knife Crime Victim Support, and Knife Crime Victim Support came off of the back of me writing a poem called Knife Sentence. And Knife Sentence resonated with a lot of people, and they had messaged me on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter, all across my socials, and lots of people had told me how it reached out to them and it touched them. And I felt, because I've been a victim of knife crime myself, I got stabbed when I was 19. It was something that I never really thought about afterwards. I never really reflected on it, and so I was going through a period of reflection, and it all came together when I wrote that poem. And so we started Knife Crime Victim Support because I felt that I had a platform as an artist, and I'd be able to kind of galvanise a response and, create awareness around the issue. So Knife Crime Victim Support then has gone out into the community and helped children and young people, and those that are vulnerable and at risk, across the county and further afield in Hertfordshire and Middlesbrough. We work with Northampton. So what I wanted to do was just use that platform to reach out, and what we do is we've now got some workshops, some poetry workshops that we use. And the poetry workshops are music, mentoring, arts and poetry, and I feel it's an ideal kind of way for somebody to tell their truth, and a way for them to air any frustrations or address any disappointments and even some of their anxieties. And if you put it on paper, seeing lots of youngsters that have not necessarily been able to articulate their thoughts and their feelings. So with music, mentoring, arts and poetry, we've been able to kind of identify where their difficulties and where their challenges have been. So Knife Crime Victim Support, as well as the workshops, we have seen lots of kind of change really, and we're seeing transformative behaviour and persistence, and in the way that we're encouraging aspirations and encouraging ambition. So then once someone has got something to aspire to, it changes their trajectory. It changes their it gives them, it builds on their self-esteem, and obviously it changes their kind of social construct and their identity, because lots of youngsters are operating kind of on the fringes of society, and they're being marginalised, and it's difficult to kind of gravitate to something positive. So with the workshops, we provide a safe place for them to be able to just express themselves and their truth. The differences that I've seen in Hertfordshire, for example, is a massive build on self-esteem. So, and the rapport that they've built with other youngsters that have come from disaffected backgrounds or vulnerable or at risk. So in fact, some of the youngsters come from different areas within the county of Hertfordshire, and you wouldn't necessarily see them talking to one another or getting on, but some of them have become really good friends, and they're part of this album that we're producing. And we do the artwork, we do the photography, we do the videography, and just give them something that they can be proud of. And in fact, some of the songs that we produce, because what I do is I push kind of clean drill. Lots of the youngsters are into drill, and drill is, I think, it's very disempowering, and I think it, not all drill songs, but often a lot of it is almost, drill is a poster campaign for gang recruitment, and if a lot of the drill artists will put a YouTube video up on one day and it's got 3 million views by the next day. So that's a narrative there that is kind of distorting somebody's kind of identity, and it's really influential. Lots of the youngsters aspire to be a drill rapper. So we push clean drill, so you can still use the drill instrumentals and you can still tell your truth, but tell your truth in a way, in a reflective way, almost as if you're a reporter, and report and talk about your life, put it on paper, air your frustrations, talk about your anxieties, be honest, be truthful. I'm not going to expect kids that come from disaffected backgrounds to sit and write nursery rhymes, and so in fact some of them are they do push they do push and get a little bit too truthful sometimes, but I encourage it and the team encourages it. So it's a really strong team with Knife Crime Victim Support, and we're really close, and we're all kind of singing from the same hymn sheet in order to facilitate and help CYP where we can.